last week we learned a little bit about the variable, right? So what variable mean? It's just like a pocket or a box. You can put the value into this pocket, this variable. So for example, in this case, you can put a number 5 into x. X is a variable. So you can put a string. And how could you tell it is a string? Because it was wrapped by a double quote. Either single quote or double quote, you can put it, wrap it, and make this one as a string. So we call string, and it looks like a sentence. So you put number into a variable, you put a string into variable. So what we are going to do today is like I'm going to put create a few variable, and we will do the calculation with the variable. So for example, I will do it here. Like I remove this part. So first, let's just define a variable, a name called a, just a, and now you have a number called 999, and now you have a b, and you equal to 500. Okay, now you want to know if a plus b, right? A plus b, you should have do a plus b, right? So if you have a plus b, and you will do the calculation like 999 plus 500, 999 plus 500. And I also want to show it on the breadbox. That's why I need a function called print. So I do print. But you have to put it inside a parenthesis. Put it inside the parenthesis, and it will show the answer a plus b. So I'm going to do it and click run. And now it tells me the answer is 1499. Yeah, I saw David already get the answer 1499, which is good. And I want you to do the same thing. If you get 1499, please let me know and put it into the chat box. And you said, oh, I got 1499. And after that, we are going to change this program a little bit, and we are going to make a calculator to do the to add any number you put it into from the breadbox. But what I want you to do, just do it really quick and type in this code and do A and B, and now you print out the I want you to do just change a little bit here, because I want to do the calculation for every number, right? So what you want to do, just like input, and it's saying input here, and the second one also input. What input do is just a built-in function. In if you type something here and press enter, it would have this thing and put it into the variable a, to variable a. And for input here, I would put a message, so you will give a hint to the people. And like for example, I would have a code, a single code. You can do double code, and doesn't really matter in Python. And you can do double code or single code. It's up to you. And now I just say a. Please put a A. So please put a number A, a number. I put a number, and also please put another number. Now, if you have these two, and just have the input here, and I'm gonna click run, and it will show me. Please put a number here. So I will put 999, and then please put another number. I would put 500. And now I will get the answer called 99500. Okay, but that is not correct. Our answer should be 1499. Am I right? Now, because every time when we put something here 9999 or 500, it is a string. So we call string basically is some character. And what the Python do is just like, hey, I'm going to join them like A plus B. You just join 999 with 500 instead of doing the calculation. That's not what we want. So what we want is like, I'm going to make the A into a number, So how are we going to make a string into a number? So we call casting. So what is casting do? It's just like you convert the string into a number. Like you convert the string into a number. And we use a function called, like here, we use a function called int. It's int stands for integer. So what is integer mean? So it's like, we call integer. For example, I type it for you in case you don't know integer. Right? But the function we use is called int. So we just have int, something like this. I think David already get it. So we just convert the input into integer. So how are we going to convert the A to the integer? You can do like this. I will show you the trick. You just do A equal to int A. So what it means here is like, because A is a string, and now you want to convert this A into a number A. And now you do B equal to int B. All right, and now let's just run the program again and see what happened. 999. Now I put 500. Now we got the correct answer 1499, right? So I just do a little bit trick here. It's called int, and use this function to make the A become from the string into a variable, from the string into a number. So it turned a string into an integer in this case. So that's why you have 999 and also have 500, and it will go 1499. So what I want you to do, just change this code a little bit, these two lines, number 5 and number 4. And I want you to run the same program and see if you can get the same value 1499, or you can, of course, you can put different number in the first number and the second number and see if your program is working or not, because it's supposed to add up these two numbers you just input. And I will give you like about 3 minutes. You just maybe just 2 minutes. I know you guys work faster than me, and that's why I will wait for 2 minutes. I want you to finish it as soon as possible. And what you need to do, just convert the A into integer, and convert the B into the integer, and also make sure you have the input and also the input. And you will do a little bit test, like you can put the first number is 999, maybe just put 20 plus another 20 and see if you can get 40 in your program or not. Do some funny tests, like for example, I put 809 plus 1000, and it give me the answer 1809. and maybe I run it again, like 1 plus 2, it should be number 3. And I also do, like, again I will do 6 plus 7, and now I got 13. And I also do, let's do one more thing, like 15, and now I have another one called 16, so it's 31, and it sounds great, and my program is working. And I guess most of you guys already finished this program, and I just want to show you how to do a little bit improve, because it looks like I just need to convert the a to a number, right? So what I want to do, you can put the int directory here, int, and rub it in here. Okay, now you just do rub it in here, rub your input directory, and now you don't need this one, these two lines, and it still works, because when you get the input from this function, it would be the parameter of this function int. So I think you got the point, because it just function, although you haven't learned the function yet, but you got the point. Whatever we put it inside the parenthesis, and it will turn out to have something to return. And the same like input, and also the same for like int is to do the casting. And also we have print, the same called function, and we put things inside this parenthesis, and it will do something for us, and that's what we call function. And I'm gonna run it and just make sure they are doing the same thing. So this time I go back to 999, and also have another number called 500, and now you got 1499. It's just a shortcut, and you can put the input inside the function called int. You just put it inside here, and if you like it, you can say, hey, that's cool, right? At the meantime, I think you guys can do this, and what I want you to do is like, how about you just make more calculation, like for example, do you do the addition, and how about you do the subtraction? So we can do print a subtract b, all right, and also print a multiplied by b, or print a divided by b. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do, run this one, and it should every time it will show me 4 answers, and we will do 4 answers and see if it works or not. And again, I just put the first number is 999, and now this one is 500. Oopsie. And now I got 4 answers here. The first one, of course, is 1499. The second one is 499, because a subtract b is 499. And now you have a by b, because 999 multiplied by 500, it should be 499. How to say it's 499,500. And now you also get they divide with each other. It's 999 divided by 500. You should get 1.998. All right. So you see the point why we use variable, right? Because when you got one time, and you can do a lot of things with the variable. And I think you will understand why we have variable, because you don't need to put the number to do this calculation a lot, and it just like the A it stands for the first number you do input, the B is for the second number you are going to input, And now you can do them by add it up to subtract them, multiply them, and divide them. Okay? Alright, so I think you guys have finished this program. So I think you should be worried about a little bit on this program, because we do, for example, we do A divided by B, and if you learn math, you know, if you do the division and if B is equal to 0, and it will causing the problem, right? So like for example, I run it. Is first one is 999, and the second one number is 0. And now I got something long here. It's called division by 0. In that would causing the problem, because if B is equal to 0, and your program just broke. So how are we going to do that, and how are we going to avoid this case? Like for example, you put the B is equal to 0, and your program just broke, and that feels sad. And that's why we need to know, if B equal to 0, we will say, hey, you are doing something wrong. Could you put the number is not 0? Don't put 0 into the B, okay? Now you say, hey, how am I going to do that? And that's why we have in Python there's something called if B is 0, if B equal to 0, and I'm going to do something. But like what you saw here, I put double equal. It's 1 equal and 2 equal. And here we put one single equal. In Python we call assign. So we assign the value to this value to the variable called A, and we assign this variable to the variable B. And now I would say if B is equal to 0, so I need double equal instead of 1 equal, because 1 equal is called a assign. But in Python, if you want to say are they equal, so we could put 2 equal. It's called we will compare B with 0. If B is 0, and you would do like this. By the end of 0, you put a column. Where should you find the column? It's likely beside the code, beside the button code. You will find the column. But I just need 1 column here. Okay, if B equal to 0, I would tell the user saying you put a long number, and that's what I do. I would say print something. You're saying print something, and print, and you put an wrong number. So you just saying you put a long number. After I finish this code, and you say, hey, why there's a red light under my coding? Because if you have this one, if B equal to 0, and with a column, and they expect you to have two space in the next line. What does it mean? It means this 2 space or 4 space. You can do either 2 space or 4 space. It really doesn't matter. And if like me, I like 2 space, and that's okay. And you can also do 4 space. That's also good. So I'm here just do 2 space, and which make this line of code, this line of code number 5 is a block of code inside this condition, this if condition. What I'm talking about is like if b equal to 0, you should do this. Okay, you should do print, you put a long number. Otherwise, you would say otherwise if b is not equal to 0, so you do the rest of them, or the rest of them. Okay, so what I'm going to do, just put else, and also by the end of else I put a column here, and I want this from 7 to 10 as the same code block, this block, and inside this else, So what I'm going to do is just like put 2 space here, 2 space here, and 2 space here, and also 2 space here. Okay, of course you can put 4 space, like 4 space, but you have to, the whole program you have to do it in the same way, like either 2 space or either 4 space. So but I want to just do 2 space. It's like I just put 2 space. It's easy for me to do the code because I only put 2 space, and now my program looks like this. And I would rephrase what I did here. I just have a condition called if b equal to 0, I will print you put a long number. Else, and I will do the normal things like have the addition, subtraction, and multiple and divide all these result, and print it out in my bread console, this console. So I'm gonna run it and do it to test the case, like 999, and press 0, and now it will show you put a long number. And I will try it again. This time it's a normal way, 999, and you have 500, and now you get 4 answers because we do this, because now b is not equal to 0. That's why we print this 4. Right? Luke just tell me you can press the tab button instead of doing 2 space here in the front. So I wouldn't suggest you to press the tab. I wouldn't suggest you to press the tab. The reason is why, because Python view they would suggest you to have just space. In some of the editor, they didn't convert the tab into the space, and you might screw up with that tab. Okay, so you just do let's just do 2 space or 4 space and make it into a inside the code block. So what I want you to do, just fix your program, and also you put the b as the 0, and now you test and see if you can get the warning message called print you put a long number. If you do successfully got the this message, which means you're good, your program is okay. Okay, I guess you guys have been done, and if you're not, and let's just see what's for our homework. And definitely this program is easy for you because it just like you have a if and else, right? If and have a If b is equal to 0, you should give a warning to your user.